Hi guys, and welcome back to another Tech Minds video. Now a few weeks ago I featured a nifty little 50W HF amplifier, and in this video we'll take a look at its bigger brother, the PLZ-HF-PA100W. Now it's larger than the 50W amplifier, but relatively it's still quite small and could still be used portable. It's rated to output between 80 to 120 watts and covers from 2 MHz up to 30 MHz. Now the front panel has LED indicators to show which band is selected, and changing bands can be manual or automatic. Now the manual way to change bands is with that large silver rotary control. Now all the way to the left appears to be an RX only mode, and then when we go round to the right we have 10 or 15 meters, then we have 17 and 20 meters, 40 meters, and then the 80 meter band. There is one more stop on that rotary control after the 80 meter selection, which I'm assuming is where we put it into automatic mode. Now it's not fully automatic in terms of automatic frequency detection, but more on this later in the video. Now on the left side of the amplifier there's a 3.5mm socket. Now this is to be used with the included cable, which has 3 wires. One is ground and one is for PTT control. The other third wire is for automatic band switching, which according to the product listing, it uses the Zygo or Icon protocol, which is essentially just band volts. Now on the rear, there's a dedicated on and off power switch, there's a DC input socket, and of course 2 SO239 sockets, one for the antenna connection and one to connect to your radio. You'll also notice a large fan grille right in the middle of the amplifier, but more about that in a moment as I have to do some modifications to this. Apparently, it's also got inbuilt temperature protection, but there's nothing mentioned about what happens when it reaches over temperature, so I'm not sure if the amp stops working completely or if the power is reduced. Now I have had a few QSOs using this amp with my Hermes Lite 2 SDR transceiver, and the amp worked perfectly, without any interruptions or power reduction. Now one issue, or potential issue, is the noise the fan makes while transmitting. Whenever the amplifier goes into transmit, the fan starts spinning at full speed, and well, this is what it sounds like. So this is what it looks like inside the amplifier, and we have all seen this before where they use this white stuff, which appears to dry hard, and I'm assuming it's used to hold everything in place. Now if you know what this white stuff is called, then please let me know down in the comments below. I have some teeth that I need to fix. Anyhow, it's nice to see a large, what I can only assume is aluminium plate, which is right underneath that RF output transistor. We can also see the fan at the back, which just looks like a generic 12-volt fan. After doing some research, I found this fan on Amazon. Unfortunately, it does not produce as much airflow as the fan that's already in the amp, but this fan is supposed to be silent. As the amp has temperature protection, I should soon know if this fan will not do the job, but here it is installed anyhow. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? So now let's test this fan while the amp is in transmit mode. Okay, so that makes a massive difference. Now it wasn't really an issue before because I placed the amp with the original fan under my desk, and I checked on air to see if others could hear the fan through my transmissions, which they said they couldn't. Now I just found it annoying that every time I pressed the PTT I could hear the fan, and to me it's actually quite off-putting. With the silent fan it's definitely a lot quieter and more comfortable to use. Now only time will tell if there's enough airflow to keep the amp cool after prolonged use. If you have a recommendation on a silent fan that can produce lots of airflow, feel free to drop the model name and make in the comments below, and I'll go ahead and check it out. Okay, so let's test the power output. Now the setup here is using my Hermes Lite 2, which goes into the amp. The output from the amp then goes into my power meter, and then the power meter goes off to a homemade 250W dummy load. Now I previously checked the power output for each band from the Hermes Lite, just so that I know what's going into the amplifier. Now on 80 meters, we have an output of around 90 watts, and that's with an input power of 6 watts. On 40 meters, we have an output of around 73 watts, and that's with an input power of 5 watts. On 20 meters, we have an output of around 70 watts with an input of 6.5 watts. On 17 meters, we have an output of around 63 watts, and that's with an input of around 6.8 watts. On 15 meters, we have an output of around 71 watts, and here I had an input of around 5.5 watts. Now on 10 meters, we have an output of around 72 watts with an input of 5.7 watts. Now you may be wondering what I was actually using to transmit through the Hermes to generate the signal. Well, in Thetis, which is the software that I use to control the Hermes Lite 2, there's actually a tone button, which when you press, it just transmits a continuous tone. Now I did have a couple of conversations on air, and it appeared to work okay. Mike 0 Delta Quebec Whiskey.
Mike 0 Delta Quebec Whiskey, this is Golf Bravo 6, Victor Golf, Golf. Back to you.
Yeah, very good afternoon. Yeah, you're 5 and 9. 5 and 9 here. Name here is Matt, Mike Alpha Tango, and I'm located in Buckinghamshire, quite close to the town of Aylesbury, QSL.
Yeah, roger on that. This is Golf Bravo 6, Victor Golf, Golf, returning. We're at the Bromsgrove and District Amateur Radio Club in Bromsgrove, North Worcestershire. You're 5 and 9 to us here.
Now, something that I didn't notice until I was replaying this recording is that the SWR reported by Thetis peaks up to just under 2. Now, I know my antenna is actually 1-to-1 across the entire 40 meter band, so this SWR value shown here, and assuming that this is actually correct, is the SWR the radio is seeing from the amplifier. Now, I may have to perform some tests with this, as I'm pretty sure it should be lower. Now, I'll check it out with another radio at some point in the future. Anyway guys, let us know what you think about this PLZ-HF-PA100W amplifier. Now it costs around £100, so that's a smidge more in US dollars, and it's available on Banggood. Now personally, there are probably better amplifiers out there. So overall, this amplifier appears to work. The power output is a lot less than what's advertised. The band volts didn't appear to work when using a variable power supply, and the fan is quite noisy unless you change it. So is it worth £100 punt? Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Thanks a lot to all my YouTube members and subscribers, and obviously all my patrons. I've now put a buy me a coffee link in the video description for those of you that wanted me to set one up, so feel free to send me some money. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.